Streaming live, Full Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's gonna be?
And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Full Velocity Racing Network live tonight at the legendary Knoxville Raceway, Knoxville, Iowa. It is Monday night, which means it's time for the 3D Racing onTexas.com. Sponsored by Super Series presented by the South Texas Speedway. And it comes to you via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. Phil the Cast here, Todd Stanton alongside and doing controls, and Todd, we come back with this week. Number 4, number 5, it's going by so fast, I can't keep up with all that's going on. I can't feel the cars on the end. We roll these late models into Knoxville. Listen to Knoxville.
Yeah, definitely going to be a fantastic night here. A little bit bigger track than what we've had the last couple of weeks, Knoxville Raceway. And this is the site of the Gobbler this coming Thursday on the Full Velocity Racing Network too. So the Mighty Street Stocks, the Gobbler. Guys, there's still time to get in that Gobbler too, so make sure you head on over to VLR's page, their Facebook page. Get involved in the Gobbler. There's still 87 entries or so, and they keep coming in, guys. There's still about 33 spots left, $25. Make sure you guys make your way on over and be a part of something great here this week. That is the Gobbler coming up here this Thursday night.
Absolutely is the Gobbler presented by iRacing, iFlag.com. Back in once again this year, and it'll be a great time coming up this Thursday night. Content spots are still available. Going to thank all the great sponsors here. We have the Full Velocity Racing Network. Going to thank the great folks at Hanover Record Service. Of course, iRacing, iFlag.com, Boyles Trucking, CCM Custom Designs and Engraving, South Texas Speedway, also on the list, as well as BlakeNode.com. Of course, Miller Media Production Design, our buddy Charlie Miller over there. Also going to thank the Racing League, T-Bar Motorsports, that sponsor our quick time for evening, which will happen here at Full Fly in the next couple of minutes. Also going to say hey to guys at Trash Can Graphics, and also JP Designs over on Facebook as well. Those guys doing some awesome wraps as we get out here to the Knoxville Raceway tonight. That's the sponsor that covers the network on. So many great people that take care of this series here. So many terrific sponsors that make this come to life for us here on Monday Night Team VLR.
Yeah, just the network sponsors. Then you got the elite sponsors here tonight at VLR, the 3D Racing Monster Bash here tonight. I should say the Race on Texas there, South Texas Speedway Monster Bash, and 3D Racing a big part of that too. We don't get to see 3D a lot, but I know those guys working hard behind the scenes too. But Race on Texas, the main sponsor here. Got to visit them on the web at raceontexas.com. Also got to thank Scott Barton up here, South Texas Speedway, www.southtxspeedway.com. Also got to thank Ken Skins, Skins painted by Ken. Ken Skins, yet to have a skin painted by him yet, but maybe it's coming here sooner or later. Got to also thank One Shot Scrap and Recycling here, 937-447-3300. Also got to thank Justin Sick, iRacing Photos, Tech 3 Defense, West Side Signs, custom vinyl graphics, who I believe, Phil, you have what they're going to be sponsoring here tonight. So West Side Signs, J&P Home Inspections, and 3D Racing here last but not least.
Yeah, absolutely. West Side Signs this week, or is this week number 4, I believe, it is going to be week 4, right? We've got a $40 winner in the evening tonight, brought to you by the guys over at West Side Signs. We thank them so much for all they do here week every week for this series. Makes it a lot of fun. We race for a good little cash purse here at the end of the season, which is already a couple of weeks away, so it's been going by really, really quick. So a lot of racing left to go. Heat races to come. Qualifying about to get underway. So before this night gets completely away from us, what do you say we take this thing trackside? Let's pay honor to this great nation, the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, back here live at your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network, as a race onTexas.com. Monster Bass Super Series presented by the South Texas Speedway, brought to you tonight here from 3D Racing, and Team VLR is about to take its spell on the racetrack. 3-minute qualifying time, 1 lap around. They only got 1 money lap to put up here for time, and that time goes so far as when you draw your assignment for your heat race. You want to qualify good to get a good spot for heat. You want to transfer to the heat. You want to stay away from the cautions if you can. There's a lot that goes into this 1 money lap. How do you think these guys are feeling? They've got to be a lot of stress under this.
It definitely got to be a lot of stress here tonight, Phil, for just 1 lap around the Knoxville Raceway. Been watching a couple of different guys. Laps not up on the board here. I believe we're finally going to get a lap up there. Darren Litterall right now, 18.965 there. The provisional pole sitter. His lap times are coming in. Austin Matthews right now, second quick aboard the 033. Brett Pryor, third quick. As these guys' times are following in. I believe that 18.965 not going to hang on much longer.
Don't believe so, as we see times coming in 89.64 for Darren Litterall, who said lap number 1. You got 9.65. I got 9.64. Hey, what's 1,000th, right? Well, we'll have to wait and see if that makes a difference here in qualifying. Is about a minute and 30 seconds in. Darren Litterall sitting on top of the board. That's a hell of a lap. 18.964. Currently sitting on top of the board over, now Evan C. goes to the top of the board. Evan C. Number 33, Evan C. to the top of the board. Quick time. Blistering lap. 18.735. 18.735. That just blows away Litterall's lap by almost a full 10.5 there. Kevin Dedman now goes number 2 on the board with an 18.864. But Evan Saton, a guy who has had much acclaim in the iRacing World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series and whatnot, now comes out in these Supers tonight. 18.735. That is one hell of a lap. I'm not sure anybody can run that down in the last 45 seconds, but we'll see. Good field here.
And Mike Molnar puts up a lap good enough for second there. Now Jordan Casey's second quick there. Just a tad off the pace there. An 18.788, so 0.053 away from Evan Say aboard the number 33 machine. So we'll see if anybody else has anything left. Oh, a new quick time up there at the top of the board, wow. Phil. The 127 of Blake Majules, 18.699.
Wow.
Smoking fast.
I didn't think anybody was going to hit 6 out there. Holy smokes, Blake Majules. 18.699. I believe that is going to be tonight's Hard Motorsports quick time. Unless anybody sneaks one in these last 3, 2, 1. Qualifying is over. Blake Majules gets tonight quick time aboard the number 127. 18.699. He is going to be the subject, Todd, of our first pole sitter tonight for qualifying heat race number 1, about to take its way onto the racetrack. And by way of all this great little cheat sheet I got in front of me, let's see if I can get my fingers working with me. Heat race number 1 tonight, brought to you by, I'm sinking here already. Lost my info. Wrong sheet.
Justin Sick iRacing Photos, Phil.
There we go. Justin Sick iRacing Photos. So, Todd, I'll give it to you. Take us through our lineup here for heat race number 1.
Starting on the pole, driving the number 127, the iRacing iFlag number 127, that's Blake Majules and his dance partner to the outside. Driving the number 42 machine tonight, that is Jordan Casey. Inside row number 2, that's the number 56, that's Mike Molnar and his dance partner outside. The current points leader right now, that's Dylan Hauser aboard that number 2 machine. Inside row number 3 in the 5th starting position, that's the number 7 machine. That is Devin Cardwell. And Blake Brown, the number 74, going to roll off in position number 6. Rolling out 7th will be the number 46 of Ryan Underwood. And his dancing partner outside, driving the number 15. That's the missile, Mason Crawford, aboard that 15 machine. Inside row number 5, that's Warren Samoy aboard the 077. And Troy Jones aboard the number 49, going to roll off in position number 10. Kevin Forcier going to roll off in position number 11, shotgun on the field, in that 967 machine.
Heat race number 1 brought to you by Justin Sick iRacing Photos. In the world of iRacing, photos often tell a great story. Everyone strives to be successful. Capture those moments with custom photos captured by your replay files to bring your quest in success alive for all to enjoy. Live action shots, logo overlays, lighting optimization, and more. Contact Justin Sick on Facebook today for all those live action shot needs. Thank you to Justin Sick iRacing Photos. Is the field over in turn number 3 and 4. They are all settled. What a front row we have here. Blake Majules, Jordan Casey, Mike Molnar, Dylan Hauser, Devin Cardwell, Blake Brown. Not a slouch of this entire 12-car field, Todd. 8 laps around. Top 3 will transfer. What do you say for the first time tonight? Let's go iRacingIFlag.com.
And Blake Majules leads the charge down into turn number 1. Jordan Casey drifts up the track, leaving the door open there for Mike Molnar. Molnar trying to dive down to the bottom side, going to lose that spot to Dylan Hauser. Hauser now up to 3rd and at number 2.
That 3rd spot. This is battle for 3rd. Now maybe for 2nd. A good 3 or 4 car. Oh, 1 car. No, got Molnar's 56 in there. Blake Brown's number 74. Here comes Davin Cardwell in the 7. Go. Davin's going to be in the next on that. Well, that is a really good race. But the top 3 can go in. We're only 2 laps in.
Yeah, only the top 3 here tonight. 2 laps in right now to Blake Majules, Jordan Casey, Dylan Hauser. And those are the 3 that will make it into the A main here, at least from the heat racing action. Oh, Davin Cardwell touches the outside wall in that 07 machine. That's going to almost lose him another spot there, but he's able to hold on to that. But Davin Cardwell right now running in that 7th spot. But I tell you, it is a good race going on way down to the bottom side. I believe that's the 156 of Mike Molnar. Here comes the 74 machine of Blake Brown. He's coming up into the fray.
Sure is. Blake Brown, 74, trying to make it happen on the inside lane off of turn number 4. And he's got a good little run down there in that car as he worked off turn number 4 now with the 1st and 2nd turn. Majules has taken off and hit. He's going to hold 2nd on the field. Jordan Casey running in 2nd, 3rd for Dylan Hauser. This race for 4th would be Mike Molnar. Blake Brown into really a good one They're racing for the 4th spot, but it's over in turn 1, and they're running out of laps.
Yeah, running out of laps, Phil. We had to adjust your volume a little bit. I could hear you perfectly fine, but the guys out there broadcasting couldn't hear you that well. I should say out there listening to you. So we turned you up a tad.
I know what it is.
Yeah, I had to. I turned you up about 15 decibels. So we'll see what happens here. But the 127 of Blake Majulis, your current race leader, Dylan Hauser, still running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is now Jordan Casey, and Blake Brown's putting heavy pressure to try to make a name from this heat race.
Yeah, Blake Brown doing a great job aboard car number 74. I apologize there for my mic issues. Been kind of moving and redesigning the desk around, and I got the mic a little further away than normal. So I'll see if I can't fix that here. Todd's going to help over there at decibel level 2. But we got white flag on the field, and Blake Majulis down to the turn number 3 and 4 for the final time, and he looks like he is just going to take this one on high. It looks like Dylan Hauser, him and Jordan Casey. This is one of the best races of the racetrack is for that 2nd and 3rd spot. Majulis taking down the win. 2nd will go to Casey. 3rd for Dylan Hauser, Blake Brown, Ryan Underwood, Davin Cardwell, Mason Crawford, Warren Samoy, Mike Molnar, Troy Jones, Ryan Dayat, Kevin Forcier. Those drivers will go off into our consolation rounds, which got so much racing between now and then. So many great names to see. 4 heat races on the docket here tonight, Todd. 4 on the docket. Heat race number 2 is about to roll itself onto the racetrack, and heat race number 2 tonight is brought to you by
One Shot Scrap
and Recycling Service. Got it right here. Sorry about that. I didn't click the other screen over. One Shot Stop and Scrap and Recycling. Heat race number 2. Todd, the lineup is ready to rock. I'll give it to you for our starting lineup.
Yeah, starting on the pole here, driving the number 33 here in heat race number 2. That's Evan C. And his dancing brother outside driving the number 1. That is Austin Carr. Inside row number 2, that's Kevin Dedman aboard the Flying Zero. And outside him, the HRE Motorsports number 68. That's Darren Litterall. Inside row number 3, that's the number 32 machine. That's Virgil Graham and his dancing brother outside driving the number 1. That is Eric Keller. Inside row number 4, that's Tristan Cartman aboard the number 4, and Kevin Kaufman, the one-shot scrap and recycling number 37, rolling off in position number 8. Rolling off 9th will be Cole Newhoffen aboard the 08 machine, and Robert Fletcher aboard the number 77, rolling off in position number 10. Shotgun on the field here, the last row, I should say. Hayden Parsley aboard the 04 machine, and Garrett Nieberger aboard the number 19, rolling off 12th.
That is one sporty little field for heat race number 2. They are ready to rock and roll, and get over here to said I got a lot of stuff at my fingertips as usual here on a Monday night. And heat race number 2 brought to you by One Shot Scrap and Recycling. One Shot Scrap and Recycling is a family-owned company in Bradford, Ohio that buys a wide variety of metal for recycling, including automobiles, iron, steel, copper, brass, and aluminum. They can also provide custom vinyl printing services, including signs, banners, and vehicle wraps, including race cars. You can visit them today on the web at www.oneshotservices.com or give them a call at 937-447-3300. One Shot Scrap and Recycling, your #1 Darke County Scrap and Recycling Center.
As the iRacing high flag, green flag comes out over the field here, heat race number 2. Like you said, One Shot Scrap and Recycling, heat race number 2. Evan Say in the number 33 machine takes the early command there with the one of Austin Carr running in second. Now 3rd is Litterall in the 68, but Dedman not going away, fighting down to the bottom, takes over that 3rd spot once again, away from Litterall.
They're all going to fall back to that 3rd spot now. Evan Say's up front aboard car number 33. He'll lead the field this race anywhere back here. Austin Carr there in the 1 car. You've got Kevin Dedman, Litterall's there. Virgil Graham, another guy who's got a whole lot of speed. Tristan Carman's number 4 car. This is a part of a very loaded field for heat race number 2. Evan Say going to lead them aboard. 3 laps going to go on the board this time by. They're already in the back straightaway. Evan has a good commanding little lead, but the battle is for 2. Austin Carr, Kevin Dedman. Great race for 2nd over in turn 3.
A great race for 2nd as Dedman keeps peeking down to the bottom side, trying to get around Carr. Carr's able to slam the door shut, but those guys pretty much running away from the rest of the field. Looks like Virgil Graham trying to fight there with the 68 of Litterall. Graham to the top shelf of the Speedway, able to get around Litterall. Litterall fighting back. That's a battle for the 4th spot. Meanwhile, no contestant up to the top 3. These guys pretty much staying single file, not really challenging each other. They know they got the A main coming up, so they want to be in the A main from the heat race. It's really hard sometimes when you got to go to that consolation event.
Yeah, I just see the crowd that comes here Monday nights, and I get completely floored by how great the competition is, how many just top-notch drivers do migrate over here, because qualifying at one of the joints like this at Knoxville, this event, you got to do it tonight, because if you want to get out of these heat races, man, the names that are going to be in these consies with 4 heat races tonight, God, it is going to be just massive to watch. Evan Say right now doing it better than anybody else as he works his way off of turn number 4. He will see 2 to go from the stand, 2 pops from 6 in the air for car number 33.
Yeah, the number 33 machine of Evan C. doing a fantastic job there, able to keep Carr at bay, Denman at bay. Those are two really fast guys, and he's starting to pull away from him here in Knoxville Raceway. Is the white flag going to come out? One more trip around. Can Evan Say in the number 33 machine win this heat race, or is the car going to be able to catch him? I don't think so, Phil. He leads him down the back straightaway.
Yeah, it's going to be a long road to hoe for anybody to catch that number 33 as he's down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag going on the board. Evan Say going to take on the win in heat race number 2. Gives second to the Austin car number 1, the 22 of Kevin Dedman for third. Virgil Graham, Tristan Carmen, Cole Newhoffen, Darren Litterall, Rob Fletcher, Eric Keller, Garrett Nieberge, Hayden Parsley, Kevin Kaufman. Those drivers will be off into our consolation rounds that'll follow us here through heat race number 4. But we are now 2 complete halfway home in heats. Heat race number 3 about to crawl itself onto the high banks here. Great racetrack, the Knoxville Raceway, and heat race number 3, Todd, is brought to you by our good friends at JP Home Inspections.
Yeah, JP Home Inspections, definitely a good sponsor here, bringing heat race number 3 to light as JP Home Inspections. We'll let Phil get to that, but that heat race is going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the double knot machine, the iRacing.com double knot. That is Kendall Tucker and his dancer part outside. Right now, Curly third in points. That's a 926 of Barrett Bishop. Inside road number 2, that's Kyle Surratt aboard the number 18, and Austin Matthews aboard the 033. Rolling off position number 4. Rolling off 5th will be the number 12. Actually, the 22 of JD Sassy, and Chad Swartz aboard the 044. Rolling off 6. Rolling off 7th will be the number 60, Kyle Pearson, and Mark Gesford aboard the number 47. Rolling off position number 8. Rolling off 9th will be CJ Phillips in the 06, and Jeremy Capron aboard the number 23. Rolling off 10th. Rolling off 11th will be Brandon Thornhill, and then Justin Sick aboard the 017. 12 cars we called for. All 12 cars out there on the Speedway, Phil.
JP Home Inspections, a small family business in North Carolina, here and willing to serve all your home inspection needs. Before investing, well, know what you're investing in. Call them today at area code 704-466-7875 or visit them on the web today at www.jnpinspections.com. JNP Home Inspections, thank you so much. They're our proud presenting sponsor, Todd, for heat race number 3, which they said just as loaded as the other 2 we've seen ahead of it.
Yeah, this is a loaded, stacked field here. Kendall Tucker's won a race this season. Barrett Bishop third in points. Kyle Surratt 13th in points. A lot of guys throughout this field. Sprayco throughout the field here. Really, really fast pieces as the iRacing I flag green flags out. And Kendall Tucker in the iRacing I flag double knot machine leads the charge down to turn number 1, already down the back straightaway.
Yeah, he really is. Kendall Tucker trying to shoot away from Barrett Bishop. Kyle Surratt is there. It's a pair of teammates there. Austin Matthews got JD Sassy on the outside looking in. Chad Swartz. Kyle Pearson, he's in a BladeNode.com machine. He's out there going to say hey to the gang over at BladeNode. Kyle was out there representing that number 60, but off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway, the race leader, guy who started on the pole, Kendall Tucker with 00. He's got the field by 2 car lengths over turn 3.
Kendall Tucker leading Kyle Surratt running in that third spot. He's challenging his team, or one of the guys he normally races with, not quite his teammate, but you can say they're teammates. They talk a lot to each other. The 926 of Barrett Bishop holding on to the second spot. Kyle Surratt third. Austin Matthews right now has dropped back to 5th there, right directly behind JD Sass aboard the number 22 machine. So you got JD Sass, Austin Matthews, Chad Swartz. Those are your top 6.
Top 6 rolling over to turn 1 and 2, but all chasing Kendall Tucker with the race lead as we're approaching halfway home. We'll put 4 in the books this time. Cross flags will go down on the field for the driver of that 00 off of the corner, doing one heck of a job, and a guy with a tremendous amount of speed. You put a guy like Kendall Tucker out in the lead of one of these things, Todd, in 8 laps, that's usually one of the hardest guys to pass. But Barrett's a guy who is really taken to these supers recently. The 926 having one hell of a ride, running second over in 3.
Yeah, definitely the 926 having a fantastic ride, having a great season here so far in race number 4 of the Monster Bash series. Is like you said, just watching these guys go at it and seeing everything different is JP Home Inspections. Not sure why that didn't come up. There we go. JP Home Inspections LLC, not up there in the left-hand corner there, Phil. So I apologize to those guys. Not sure why it didn't work. Normally that's set to automatically go, but Kendall Tucker, your race leader, Bear Bishop, is starting to track him down just a tad bit here after lap. Is they're pretty close there, Phil. 19.113 is Kendall Tucker, and Bear Bishop at 19.121.
It's really close, and this time, Todd, we're going to have one more time around to get it done here at this half mile. Bear Bishop leading, or trying to track down Kendall Tucker. You got Kyle Surratt back there in the 3rd spot holding on, and he's driven away for the likes of JD Sassy, Austin Matthews, Chat Sports, CJ Phillips back there on the outside looking in, as is Jeremy Capon, but off of turn number 4. Heat race number 3 goes to the 00 of Kendall Tucker. He'll take down the win. Bishop and Surratt will also grab transfers. JD Sassy, Austin Matthews, Chad Swartz, CJ Phillips, Jeremy Capron, Justin Sick, Brandon Thornhill, Kyle Pearson, Mark Gessler. That'll be the list of names that'll be granted into our consolation rounds that'll follow us in heat race number 4, which is about to roll itself onto the legendary half mile here in Knoxville, Iowa. And heat race number 4 is going to be brought to you by the gang over at 3D Racing. Give those guys a look up on Facebook. A great follow. We're live through the 3D Racing Facebook page. If you're over there watching, welcome aboard. And give a shout to the guys at 3D Racing, Todd, the proud sponsor for heat race number 4.
Yeah, proud sponsor 3D Racing of heat race number 4. The Voiles Trucking starting lineup going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the D1RT, number 80 machine. That's Dylan Wilson and his dancing partner outside, driving the number 44 machine. That is Blake Cannon. Inside row number 2, that's the number 16 machine. That is J.D. Brown and his dancing brother outside, driving the number 6. That's Brayton Wallace. Inside row number 3, that's the 037. That's T.J. Carter and Brett Pryor aboard number 50, rolling off in position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be the number 63. That's Clifford Driscoll and Scott Dobbs aboard the number 29, rolling off in position number 8. Rolling off 9th will be Calvin Herring aboard the number 8, and Brian Wax aboard the number 14, rolling off position number 10. Rolling off 11th will be Michael Lefevers, and Tom Dugas in the number 330 going to roll off in position number 12. I tell you what, Phil, there's a lot of 3D racing cars in this one.
Well, that's appropriate because 3D Racing is one of the most tight-knit teams on iRacing. 3D Racing are filled with talented sim racers who care about their craft, but also one of the nicest bunch of gang in the iRacing service. Check out 3D Racing today on Facebook for all news and upcoming events. They have a lot going on. Give Scott and all the gang at 3D Racing a look. The proud presenting sponsor for putting on this series here week after week in the league that make it happen. The gang at Team VLR doing an awesome job as they do with the administration. We've got Mr. Calavoda in the seat. It sounds like KT maybe on vacation for the next couple of weeks. So great week for KT to get out of town. But yeah, Steven says he's got broad shoulders. Mr. Calavoda can get this done. He's doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, doing a whale of a job. I don't get to hear that background noise, so I don't get to hear what's going on, but Phil gets to hear all that going on at iRacing.com. A Chevy Silverado should be pulling off a turn and number 4 as he pulls down to the infield. The iRacing I flag, green flag's out in the air. The loud pedal is down. Down the front straightaway is Dylan Wilson leading the charge. Blake Cannon right now in the 2nd spot. The number 14 of J.D. Brown looks to the inside right now, holding on to the 3rd spot.
And we got Harry there in off of turn number 2 because you got the likes of Braden Wallace. Number 6, he gets contact from a 37 of TJ Carter. 6 up the hill. TJ trying to elbow his way around. Almost down 2, 3, almost 4 wide. Off of turn number 4 as Brent Pryor's in there. Mr. Driscoll, Cliff Driscoll, 63 there as well. This is a wide racetrack, Todd. 4, 5 wide. Rocky said you could do 6 wide here at Knoxville. Can you? Or not a good idea?
I'm sure it'll be rather interesting now watching the 63 of Clifford Driscoll way down to the bottom side, trying to let her eat down there, catfishing it down there as they would call it. So isn't Dobbs, but Dobbs gets out of shape there. It's the bottom apron as I call it there. He gets around, doesn't get around in a knot, but it does lose a lot of time for the 29 machine, and I don't know if he actually indeed went around there, Phil, but It's a really tough track if you're not used to it, but watching Clifford Driscoll trying to get to the bottom, almost 3-wide battle, that's a battle for the 5th spot. Meanwhile, up front it is Dylan Wilson, Blake Cannon, J.D. Brown, and Brayton Wallace, your top 4.
Well, they didn't really spin all the way around because there was nothing but a wall down there to help them kind of bounce off and keep going in the right way, and that's why we say the wall's working. You want to wreck a race car, make them stop, make them pile into each other, put a stupid Ute tire down there. That'll mess up.
Tires save lives.
We don't see many Ute tires here in Knoxville. We argue this point all day long. We'll debate it forever. You can join Phil's revolution on the Full Velocity Racing Network by saying Team Phil, getting rid of the Ute tire once and for all, or if you like tearing up race cars and being like Todd, well, go on Team Todd and pick one of those Ute tires up and carry it around with you. They say flaggers. I guess they do say flaggers. You corner flaggers are a weird breed, I tell you what.
I only get to
need more than a tire.
I only get to corner flag every once in a while, and I was like a sitting duck out there, Phil, I'm going to tell you, because being a tech inspector at the racetrack, everybody hates to hear that word, I think they had a bullseye on me as we're down the back straightaway here, Phil, into turn number 3 with 2 laps to go. This time off of turn number 4, it's going to be white flag in the air for the 80 of Dylan Wilson.
And Dylan Wilson checking out for the likes of Blake Cannon, J.D. Brown as their top 3 have really kind of driven away. Back here for the 4th spot on back is where it's really been fun between Brayden Wallace, Brent Pryor, back here, Cliff Driscoll, the outside looking in TJ Carter, a guy who I really thought was going to mix it up. But off of turn number 4, it is going to be Dylan Wilson taking down the win in heat race number 4 with the 80 car into the main event with Blake Cannon's number 44. J.D. Brown will join him, put Brayden Wallace, Brent Pryor, Cliff Driscoll, TJ Carter, Calvin Herring, Michael Lefevers, Brian Wax. Those drivers will be off into our first of 2 consolation rounds that just happen to be gridding as we speak, Todd. And these consies, oh man, this is going to be 18 cars strong. 18 drivers, top 6 will make their way on into the main event. And B-Main number 1 tonight, well, we'll give it a couple of sponsors here. B-Main sponsor, usually we'll put West Side Signs. We're also going to give a shout to the gang over at TAC 3 Defense as well. So we'll cover both those reads as we get ready to green.
Since normally we have 6 heat races tonight, down to 4 here this evening. But I tell you, starting on the pole here for the Voiles Trucking starting lineup, that's the number 74 machine of Blake Brown. His dancing part of the outside, driving the number 22 machine. That will be J.D. Sassy. Next row back in the 3rd starting spot, that's the number 46 machine, that's Ryan Underwood. And Austin Matthews aboard the 033, rolling off in position number 4. Rolling off 5th will be Davin Cardwell aboard the number 7 machine, and Chad Swartz aboard the 044, rolling off in position number 6. Rolling off 7th will be the Missile Mason Crawford in the number 15 machine, and CJ Phillips aboard the 06, rolling off in 8th. Rolling off 9th will be Warren Samori aboard the 077, and Jeremy Capron, the 23, rolling off in position number 10. Rolling off 11th will be Mike Molnar in the number 56, and Justin Sick aboard the 017, rolling off 12th. Rolling off 13th will be Troy Jones aboard the number 49, and Brandon Thornhill aboard the 34, rolling off 14th. Rolling off 15th will be Ryan Deontay aboard the 57 machine, and Kyle Pearson aboard the number 60, rolling off 16th. Rolling off 17th will be Kevin Forcier in the 967, and Mark Gesford aboard the number 47, rolling off 18th.
West Side Signs. Sorry, did I get them all? 18, I believe?
Yeah, 18 cars we called for, 18 cars we have out there. Phil, go ahead. Just wanted to make sure we got that out there.
I thought you were done trying to walk on you there. West Side Signs, a small custom vinyl shop located in Great Falls, Montana, operated by a racer for racers. Be sure to check them out today. They provide great sponsor contingency awards for this entire season, including tonight $40 to the A-Main winner. Thank you to the gang at West Side Signs. They're a great sponsor here to this series. We go to the iRacingIFlag.com. Green flag up in the air. Green flag to listen. Also, we'll say brought to you by the guys at TAC 3 Defense.
Inside in the cockpit there with the driver of the 74, the Blake Brown. Just watching him navigate Knoxville Raceway here from the pole position as he completes lap number 1.
TAC 3 Defense is a full-service firearm dealer with over 10 years combined gunsmithing experience. TAC 3 combines this knowledge with laser engraving and milling to provide professional firearm customization with some of the coolest designs in the industry. Check them out today via the web, www.tac3defense.com, as we have a yellow flag on the Speedway. First one of the night comes out in B-Main number 1. Think it was something going on with Kyle Pearson. aboard the number 60 car may have been involved with the first yellow flag of the night. All yellows over here, Todd, as usual. Brought to you by the Hanover Wrecker Service and also One Shot Scrap and Recycling.
Well, it all started here, Phil, with Mike Molnar in the 156 machine. He wrestled his way in here, making it 4 wide. He drifts up the track just a tad bit, hits the number 22 machine, and he gets out of shape there. The 22 comes firing back down to the inside here, Molnar. And now the 57 machine unfortunately makes contact there, and around goes Mike Molnar aboard the 157, around in the knot there. Going to join the tail of the field, but man, that's going to be a little bit more damage there. The 156, I should say, of Mike Molnar.
He's going to have to come from the back of a very, very loaded field where only 12 laps are going to take and only 6 cars will survive and transfer on into our 60-lap main event. Blake Brown leading Austin Matthews, Davin Cardwell, Mason Crawford, Ryan Underwood, Chad Swartz going to be our current top 65 the likes of Jeremy Capron and CJ Phillips, Warren Samoy, JD Sassy, Brandon Thornhill, Troy Jones, Ryan Dayati, Justin Sick, Mark Gesford, Kyle Pearson, and Mike Molnar. Kevin Forsey also out there. 18 cars on the racetrack. It looks like we have so I can hear the race control. They want to get it all cleaned up here. We don't want yellow flags. There usually no yellows on for the heat race or the consolation rounds. I think whatever reason they got put on tonight is KT not here. Mr. Calavota, the broad shoulders, doing a great job. He has these guys under control, but he says, Todd, they got to get it cleaned up. We need some green flag races to get these B mains done. So I think we're all, as you would say, restacked, repacked, ready to unload off of turn number 4. We got the Chevrolet Silverado iRacing.com safety truck making its way to the infield. Let's go back under the iRacing iFlag.com green flag.
As the green flag's back in the air here, down into turn, and number 1 is Blake Brown leading the charge there aboard the 74D machine. Austin Matthews now running in the second spot. Here comes Davin Cardwell down to the inside. He's trying to make some headway here. Way down on the bottom, side by side for the second spot.
Side by side, he went way down there, as you said, off turn number 4. He could make it a little low lane down there. That 7 car was going to find it, making it work down there in the low side off of now turn number 2, all chasing the race leader down the back stretch into 3. That is, of course, Blake Brown, Austin Matthews, Davin Cardwell. Look at the run between Mason Crawford. And how about young Ryan Underwood, all 13 years old, Todd, trying to establish himself as one of the best racers in the land. I wish I had that kind of talent to drive a race car at 13. That 46 car doing one hell of a job.
Yeah, Ryan Underwood doing a fantastic job right now, holding on to the 5th spot there, right there behind Davin Cardwell, who's running 3rd. Here comes the number 19, or the 15 machine, I believe, that's on the bottom there. Well, that is the missile Mason Crawford working over the bottom side of the Speedway, trying to make some headway down there. I believe it's a 19 on the side of that car. He's throwing me for a loop here tonight, but yes, it is the missile running in that 4th spot.
Yeah, numbers in the server, numbers on the door really don't add up. Underwood's up against the wall, the 46. Didn't see that one. Stacks them up 2 and 3 wide now off turn number 4. Up right for the 46 car allows CJ Phillips, also the 44 of Chad Swartz. They sneak on by racing from the 6th spot now over in turn 3.
Yeah, over down there in the turn at number 3, just watching here what's going on. I'm not sure why that didn't go live there on their page, but going down through here, Blake Brown, your current race leader in the number 74 machine. The 33 of Austin Matthews running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is Davin Cardwell. Mason Crawford in number 19 running 4th. Jeremy Capron now up into a transfer spot. He's had all kinds of trouble here all season long. Now into the transfer spot. Chad Swartz running in that 6th spot.
Chad Swartz doing a great job aboard car number 44, running in that 6th spot. We're running down on laps because we're already white flag on the field for the final time through turns number 3 and 4. Give heat or consolation event number 1. Looks like Blake Brown to be the first back to the checkered flag off turn number 4. Let's see where these transfer spots lay. 2nd will go to Austin Matthews. Davin Cardwell grabs 3rd. Mason Crawford, Jeremy Capron, Chad Swartz wrestles along that final transfer. CJ Phillips, Ryan Dayat, Ryan Underwood, Troy Jones will be the likes of the list going off on the trailer for the night. That was a really good race there. Man, that was a lot of fun to watch. Those 6 drivers. Blake Brown did one hell of a job. He wins C main or B main number 1, cuts here on number 1, whatever the heck you want to call it. They call it C&I racing. So I guess we say unofficially we go to the B or consolation event number 2. I believe consolation event number 2, as I get the sheets all pulled up over here, is going to be brought to you by iRacing, iFlag.com. We like that guy, Mr. Old Jeff Brown over there, the sponsor of the Gobbler coming up this Thursday night. You want to get an upper hand over the competition, you've got to check out all the great prep-field devices available today by visiting iRacingIFlag.com.
And now your Foils Trucking starting lineup here for Consolation Event number 2. Starting out in the pole, driving the number 42 machine, that is Virgil Graham. Outside of him will be the number B6 machine, that's Brayton Wallace. Inside row number 2, starting in the third starting position, that's the number 4 of Tristan Carmen. And his dance part of the outside, driving the number 50, that's Brett Pryor. Inside row number 3, scheduled to be inside row number 3, that's Cole Newhoffen. Not answering the toll here tonight. And his dance part of the outside, driving the number 63, that is Clifford Driscoll. Rolling off 7th will be Darren Litterall aboard the number 68 machine. And 8th will be TJ Carter aboard the 037. Rolling off 9th will be Robert Fletcher there in the number 77. And Calvin Herring aboard the number 8, rolling off in position number 10. Rolling off 11th will be the number 1 of Eric Keller. And Michael Lefevre is aboard the number 48, rolling off 12th. Rolling off 13th will be Garrett Nieberjay aboard the number 19 machine. And Brian Wax aboard the B14, rolling off 14th. Rolling off 15th will be Hayden Barsley aboard the 04, and Scott Dobbs aboard the number 29, rolling off 16th. Rolling off 17th will be Kevin Kaufman aboard the number 37 machine, and Tupper Dugas aboard the number 330, will roll off in position number 18. 18 cars we called for, 17 cars we have out there at the Speedway, Phil.
Absolutely do, and of course, this B-Day number 2, or Consi number 2, brought to you by iRacingIFlag.com, but also I want to say hey to the gang over at onTexas.com, the premier place for live and on-demand video coverage of racing from the states of Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas through dirt and the asphalt short track racing. Watch live, pay-per-view style, and complete replays on demand from events in the area. Visit them today on the web, www.raceontexas.com, as we are yellow here on the opening lap of B-Day number 2.
Yeah, yellow flag already over the Consolation Event number 2, and I believe TJ Carter. We have a leader, Phil! A leader. 2 points. 2 points. The 37 machine, unfortunately, the 037 of TJ Carter here, fighting here tooth and nail, and just gets into the back of, I believe that was, we're going to have to take a look here again. We're going to look here. TJ Carter rolling here. It looked like, 68 of Darren Litterall, and then some more contact from the driver right directly behind him. And we have a leader up here in Knoxville off of turn at number 2. It is the 037 of TJ Carter. 2 points here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna let Mr. Calavona know, because we like to just kind of bust each other's balls back and forth. So he likes to be poked during a race. I said, hey, let TJ know we got a leader. 2 points here tonight via the Full Velocity Racing Network. I guess being a leader is better than being a turtle, because you get 1 extra point. You got to be a leader. You're going to be halfway sideways and put 2 tires on the wall.
Points,
2 tires
style.
That's style. I can't style like that. That's styling and profiling right there. TJ Carter, get it done.
Yeah, we better not say that too much. We'll get copyright infringements from WWE, so we can't use that.
Don't scare me.
Whoop, I'm sorry, WWE. But the 32.
Our ratings are better.
The 42 of Virgil Graham is your current race leader, even though it says on my screen Brayton Wallace is not Brayton Wallace. The B6 is second. Third is Tristan Carmen. Brett Pryor running in that 4th spot. Robert Fletcher, that number 77 machine, up to the 5th spot. 6th is Clifford Driscoll in the number 63. Let's take a ride here on this restart with Robert Fletcher, Phil.
I like that. Let's go on board and onboard sponsors tonight. Well, I guess we don't have one officially at the Full Velocity Race Network. But how about put your company logo on there now? Let's say on board tonight, courtesy of our buddy Ken at Ken's iRacing Skins. Why the heck not? Ken's Custom iRacing Paints. Onboard sponsor there with Robert Fletcher's. We're on the back straightaway on the race restart now in turn for 3. Virgil Graham with the lead. You got Brayton Wallace there, Tristan Carmen. That's a good 3-car race for the lead. They dance off into turn 1.
Yeah, dancing off into turn, and number 1, Tristan Carmen running in that 2nd spot. 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Robert Fletcher, Brayton Wallace, Eric Keller. Those guys are going at it hot and heavy back there. And now it looks like Brett Pryor into the fray in that number 50 machine. He's letting her eat up on the top shelf of the Speedway.
3 wide off to number 4. Yeehaw! Let's get it done over there. Brett Pryor trying to make it happen. Aboard car number 50.
All around.
Corner Fletcher as well. 1 car around off to number 2. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Back of the racetrack as we're halfway home now. 6 in, 6 to go, and we slow the field back on down. It's not what the gang up front wanted to see with Virgil Graham and Tristan Carman and Braden Wallace, but we got a spinner, maybe spinning himself out of a transfer position, and then you couldn't see where I was. Who that spinner may have, was it Lefevre that may have gone around, or?
Eric Keller around.
Keller.
Tough break for Eric Keller. He was inside the top 5 there for a little bit, top 6, and Keller, oh man, around he goes there. It looked like he may have a little help, a little bit of contact by Eric Keller, and then, the B14 comes barreling in there, unfortunately. Brian Wax probably has the worst luck here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Brian Wax gets into the side of Eric Keller. Those guys keep it going, but man, it's going to be awful difficult to get them 6 spots now.
For all your custom iRacing paint needs, check out Ken's Custom iRacing Skins, and look no further for all these great customizing paints. Ken is an experienced painter, very talented, been on iRacing, and works with his clients to bring out their personality through their paint. Whatever vision you may have for your race car, it'll come alive. Check him out today. Ken's Custom iRacing Paint and iRacing Skins. Get a hold of Ken on Facebook today. He will take great care of you. There are some really, I know Ken, there's a lot of good paints. We've seen a lot of them in this series. There's some really top-notch painters out there, and Ken is also one of them. We get to talk about so many. There are so many talented skin designers out there, Tata. I want to go out there and race one of them. I'd hate to just pick where. I'd have to drive 50 cars to get represented from like 50 guys I love seeing work from. There's some really mega talented painters out there.
There definitely is. There's a ton of talented painters. We got to announce our driver here for the Gobbler, one of our drivers. We may have another one here coming up soon. And you guys got to stay tuned to the Facebook page. I keep telling everybody that. Now it's actually driving the 926. We'll have the press release a little bit later. Barra Bishop making his way into the Gobbler via the Full Velocity Racing Network sponsorship. But iRacing iFlag, green flags back in the air.
You didn't pick me. I was hoping to make the Gobbler. Yeah, I know. You guys don't want me to embarrass myself. I wouldn't want to embarrass myself with the FERN car anyways. It probably wouldn't get a lot of TV time. Wouldn't be for the best way. I'd scored more points than anybody out there in the history of the Full Velocity Racing Network. We got a white flag on the Speedway. One more trip around for B-Main number 2. Virgil Graham going to lead. Tristan Carman, Braden Wallace. That looks like a comfortable top 3. Fletcher, Pryor, Driscoll. They sit in the final transfers. Ken DeBerge makes something happen. He's got 2 turns to get it done.
Yeah, and getting the checker flag here in consolation event number 2. It's Virgil Graham, Tristan Carman going to finish 2nd, 3rd. Braden Wallace, Robert Fletcher, Brett Pryor, Clifford Driscoll. The rest are going to go home, Phil.
Yep, they are all jumbling around now as we have the field set, as we have punched the tickets for a 24-car main event. It will be 60 green flag laps around. We say 60 green flag laps because that puts all of us to count the fingers and the toes through the hairs left of my head that may not be gray. I have to guess I'll figure it out. But 60 laps around, Todd. We have a great 24-car field. It's a lot of fun to come out here Monday night. You get so many talented drivers. There's so many of them that you send home. You don't want to send anybody home, but we got 24, the best of the best. Racing, what is this week? This is week 4 of the series, I believe. What do you got for the points?
Well, the current point standings, and we're going to put them up here. I'm not sure if they're exactly correct. So if I'm wrong, guys, you can have a lynch mob later, but I believe I got the right. I really no blanket parties, please. I don't like
lynch mob.
I don't like the soap on the rope, any of that stuff. I don't need to be lynched with or blanket parties. That's not what I'm looking for. Lynch mob, I may enjoy that. I'll leave it at that. But we're going to go through here to drop down the sponsorships here. Well, actually, the point standings as I'm trying to look here. I'm trying to bring these up for you guys.
I have 2 on my sheet. You got 3 weeks or 2 weeks?
What?
How many weeks of points do you have in front of you?
I have 4 weeks worth of points, which I found.
All right, I'm glad, because I'm a week short then. So I'm going to let you do it.
Well, and here's the point standings as they sit right now. Dylan Hauser, your points leader by 3 points over Jordan Casey. Then you got Barra Bishop, another 5 markers back there, 212. Then you got J.D. Brown, 7 markers back in 4th position. And Blake Cannon, the opening night feature winner here, Blake Cannon, 16 points back with 201. Then you got Kevin Dedman, 18 points back in 6th. 7th is Randall Carter, 22 points back. Austin Matthews, 28 points back in 8th. 9th is Hayden Cardwell, 30 points back, and Hayden now with us here this evening. Brian Underwood in 10th in points, 31 points back. Evan Say in the number 33 machine, he's 41 points back. Garen Eberge, who did not make the field here tonight, Phil, 12th in points, he's 44 markers back, going to be even worse next week. Kyle Surratt, 45 markers back. Devin Morgan, I don't believe he made the field either, 49 markers back. Clifford Driscoll, 51 markers back. Ryan Date, 53 markers back in 16th. Kyle Pearson, another driver not making the field. So this is showing you how highly competitive this is. He's 53 markers back. Mason Crawford, 55. CJ Phillips, 58 and 19th. And the 20th place in points, 58 markers back. That is Troy Jones.
It's a pretty loaded little top 20 right there. There's only 24 cars that start week after week, and we roll in here to the Knoxville Raceway tonight on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. And hope you guys are having as good a time doing this event as we are doing it. We're trying to have some fun, give you guys a little bit the insight, the personality, but we'll do what we do best. So that's the absolute best of the best in the online sim race broadcast business. There is nothing bland about it. We will not go out there and fluff the numbers. You guys do us a favor. You're watching, you're enjoying it. Like the links out there. Share them all around as we come via multiple Facebooks tonight. Also via YouTube and Twitch TV as well. We appreciate all the support. You want to head over and check out all that Full Velocity Racing Network is up to. We'll head over to the website today, fullvelocitytv.com. You have our full event calendar sitting there. We'll update the news as we can do so. Also, a lot of great stuff coming in. Also, ways to book your next show. If we have open dates, we would love to do so. We're already booking dates. I can't believe it, Todd. We booked some stuff over the weekend into the month of May already. We're not even Thanksgiving yet. We're booking races 6 months out. So, you want to get your league live here on the best of the best, the Full Velocity Racing Network. Contact us today because I think already dates are probably going to begin to fill up pretty quickly.
And definitely already into May, Phil, and that's one of the great things here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And some of them are Saturdays in May, and we know how busy I get during race season because Friday and Saturday nights, that's where I'm at, is the local racetracks, doing my thing, whether it's announcing on the microphone or being a tech inspector. It just depends on where I'm at. So it's going to be a rather busy season, and man, we got to thank everybody for picking us here on Full Velocity Racing Network.
We really do appreciate all the support they give us night after night. We love doing what we do and hope you guys enjoy the way we bring it to you. We like to give you some of the best coverage of the racing, make these guys out to be the superstars they absolutely are, but we love to have some fun and not be too serious about what we're doing out there. Professional, but fun and privileged. We love what we do. But, Todd, we have 24 of the best about to pull our way from pit road here at the Knoxville Raceway. What do you say? Let's go old school style. Full Velocity Racing Network starting lineup presented by Voiles Trucking.
The number 127 of Blake Majul starts on the pole in the 127. Like I said, the Swindell Speed Level is number 127. Is dancing partly outside, driving the number 33. That's Evan Say.
Row number 2 aboard car number 00 is Kendall Tucker, and alongside aboard car number 80, that is Dylan Wilson.
Inside row number 3, that's Jordan Casey aboard the number 42, and Austin Carr aboard the number 1, rolling off position number 6.
Barrett Bishop brings a 926 out, position number 7, and alongside a guy who has won multiple times aboard car number 44, that is Blake Cannon.
Rolling off in the 9th spot, that's the current points leader, that's Dylan Hauser aboard the number 2, and Kevin Tedman aboard the Flying Zero, rolling off in position number 10.
The number 18 rolls off the 11th tonight, that is Kyle Surratt with the number 14 alongside J.D. Brown.
Rolling off 13th will be the 74 of Blake Brown, and outside him the 42 of Virgil Graham.
33 of Austin Matthews starts 15th, and rolling off alongside aboard car number 4, Tristan Carmen starts 16th.
Rolling off in the 17th starting position, that's Davin Cardwell. Braden Wallace in the B6, rolling off 18th.
Number 19 starts off next to Missile, Mason Crawford, and Robert Fletcher, the number 77, rounds out our top 20.
Rolling off in the it's Jeremy Capron, Brett Pryor, Chad Swartz, Clifford Driscoll rounding out your field here. 24 cars strong. iRacing, iFlag, green flags in the air, and man, that was a fast start. I thought we had that one there, Phil, as I stalled for a minute because I thought, hey, we're going to go green flag racing off of 4, and we did so. The Swindell Speed Labs number 127 of Blake Majul is your current race leader.
Yeah, Blake will have Missile there, just loud on that loud pedal, and we roll it up off turn number 4, and we get cars up high. Rim running up against the wall. We get a couple down low. We get a couple guys trying to run the middle. Also, look, they're 4 wide back here for about 6 off the 2.
Yeah, fantastic look going on throughout the field. Oh, Dylan Wilson right there. Leaking down to the bottom of Kendall Tucker. I thought those guys were going to make contact, but great guys staying off each other. You could probably fit a piece of paper in between them, though, Phil. That's how close they were. But Wilson working over the bottom there. Kendall Tucker on the top shelf of the Speedway.
I wonder if they're close enough, to find that little plastic piece of my glasses that just came apart here. Because Phil's sitting here holding on the glass on my head trying to read these radio. Well, that just makes it a whole lot more fun.
Contact.
We got contact. There's 2 cars over there trying to get my lenses here. If I'll figure it out. That's right.
Car around.
Evan Say we're 3-1 off. Here we have carnage. We have cars around.
Car.
We're still under green.
Yeah, Austin Carr. No yellow flag going to come out here. The Hanover Record Service one-shot scrap and recycling yellow flag coming out over the field here. The first yellow flag of the evening. And, man, Austin Carr going around in a nod. I know that's where it happened there, Phil. So we're going to work feverishly to try to see what else was caused after that one.
All right, so we'll put Todd to work with a BladeNode.com. Full velocity instant replay. BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. If you need a web host for your great website, maybe a VPS server, why don't you go big time? Go dedicated server. We're all gamers, right? Well, look no further than our friends over at BladeNode.com. Check it out today. If you use promo code BLADE10, you will get 10% off your first purchase for a month or a yearly subscription. And once again, check them out over at BladeNode.com. Todd, what'd you find for us?
It doesn't take me very long to find the replay. Austin Carr gets a little bit of help there from Blake Cannon. I don't know if they met in the middle of disagreement there. We see somebody wheelie it there, though. That was rather interesting. It almost looked like the 74 of Blake Brown doing a nice wheelie here in the late models. But around goes Austin Carr, unfortunately. Let's see if that was the 74, man. That was one whale of a wheelie there. Yeah, it was. Let's take a look at the 74 here. It's all this contact happening in front of him. Blake Brown, man, he's got to have the drive of his race here, or I should say, the move of the race here. As he's doing a wheelie as he comes down the track here. Look at the wheelie, monster wheelie from the 74 of Blake Brown.
So whee right there. That's pretty cool. Getting right there in the back. Who said you need 4 tires of a race car? Get it done, Blake Brown aboard cover 74.
No, 4 tires.
No. Maybe 3. Sometimes 2. Maybe 3. I don't know what the use of that 4th one is sometimes. But we're not Troysko Racing. We are Super Late Model Series Racing tonight. It is the onTexas.com Monster Bass Super Series presented by the South Texas Speedway. As we are doubled up, we are ready to lock and load. 3 laps in the books. A 60-lap main event is about to go back under the iRacingIFlag.com. Great flag. Blake Machulis leads the field on turn 4.
Dylan Wilson now to the second spot there in the number 80 machine. Kendall Tucker now down to the bottom side. Haven't seen his way up to the top shelf of the Speedway. Here comes Jordan Casey working to the bottom of Dylan Hauser. Hauser right now running in that 5th spot as Hauser fights side by side, tooth and nail for that 5th spot.
That's a good race going on back there for 5th. So I keep kind of peek where you're steering the conversation on too, but I got eyes back here on the back part of the top 10 where you got guys back, Barrett Bishop back here riding through the field. Who's that right behind? 2 cars really having a good race. You got Kevin Dedman there, Virgil Graham's 42. These are guys on the outside, the back part of the top 10, all getting after it, but it looks early on, Todd. The grip of the racetrack may be going up to the high lane early. That may open up the door for the slider line to come in about halfway.
Yeah, it could, as you're just watching these guys fight down to the bottom, fighting up top. You mean, I seen the Flying Zero go down to the bottom. That is Kevin Dedman. Dedman now working over the bottom. He's trying to find something as these guys shift around the track, trying to find moisture here. And right now, it seems to be up top next to that cushion.
Really is, and if these guys can make that cushion, up on top and halfway up that wall, they would probably put 2 tires on that thing and let it ride if they could off turn number 4. But the race leader, Blake Machulis, doing all he can to hold on right now, and he has one of the best right behind him with Dylan Wilson, the number 80 there, Kendall Tucker, Evan Say, Dylan Hauser, the point leader, your current top 5. Keep an eye on the number 42 of Jordan Casey, Todd. He's starting to flex his muscles as well. Good racing going on back there for 6th on back.
And Jordan Casey taking down the win last week there in the number 42 machine. So the D1RT guys been extremely fast there as of late, and we'll see if they can continue to hold on. Dylan Wilson right now in that 2nd spot. He's another D1RT guy, but Jordan Casey's got his hands full with a battle with Dylan Hauser. Hauser right now holding on to the 5th spot there on the field, trying to keep his points going as he's trying to get around Evan Say in the number 33 machine. Not able to do it as Say going to slam the door shut once again.
Yeah, you're going to slam it shut. And God, I'll tell you right now, Todd, professionally done group out here at VLR tonight, 3D Racing here at Knoxville. They are doing all they can. Clean as a whistle, some really good racing. Going to say hey to Mr. California doing a good job. Also, Trevor Brownlee has got the lap counter ticking for us, Todd. We got 10 laps complete. You do one of these, things here with green flag laps only. You rely on somebody like Trevor to give you that lap count. Mr. Brownlee doing a hell of a job. 10 laps of 60 did.
Yeah, since we were talking about that earlier, Phil, and I forgot to start mine. So the yellow flag going to come out again. Here, the Hanover Record Service one-shot scrap and recycling yellow flag coming out over the field here at Knoxville Raceway. We're going to slow them back down, restack and repack the field. I'm going to make my way to a BladeNode.com instant replay.
You absolutely do it as I retrieve the glass off the floor. Yep, they're completely broke now. This is going to be a lot of fun to do the rest of the night as we have yellow flag on the Speedway. Yellow's brought to you by One Shot Scrap and Recycling. And, of course, our buddies at the Hanover Record Service. Thank them for all they do as we have a yellow on the Speedway. And Todd will be the guy to be there to recap what happened. So with BladeNode.com is the replay, Todd. Why are we slowing down?
You definitely know how many late models are made now, Phil. You definitely know in this footage.
Many late models.
Many late models. We know how they're made. The number 19, unfortunately, Mason Crawford goes around and goes up through the air and lands up on top of the number 44 machine of Chad Swartz. Is right there, nose to tail, was those two cars. And unfortunately, Crawford has to call a tow truck, and Chad Swartz involved in that one. But again, Mason Crawford going for a whale of a ride there in the number 19 machine, up in the air, not upside down, but up in the air, and lands on the hood of a car.
So if they were around the top of the car, now we get a mini late model. If you take this sever off the top and then take the roof off, would that be a topless late model?
Yeah,
that's still PG rated.
It's still PG rated there, Phil. Topless late model. I've been to a couple of those events. I've been to a topless sportsman event, a topless modified event. It's rather interesting. I've always asked the drivers what the big difference is in that not having that roof on. And not a lot of them make a comment. They really don't.
Headlights.
Don't really feel it. They really don't. I guess.
Usually, when you got topless cars, there's usually headlights involved.
Yeah.
No.
No, not in race cars. iRacing flag, green flag back out. Off of turn and number 4. That's Blake Majules, your leader here in the 127 machine. Second, still Dylan Wilson holding on. Kendall Tucker for 3. Here comes Dylan Hauser trying to split the difference up through the middle. Casey up to the top shelf of the Speedway. He's trying to make some headway. As man, these guys fighting tooth and nail for every inch of real estate out there. And Jordan Casey hits the wall just a tad bit with his tail as he's still able to hold on to 6th. But man, now back down to the bottom goes Casey for 5th.
Wow, he made high-low switch there about 3 lanes wide. This is a good 5 or 6 car race, and it's on for the 4th spot. Evan Say now under pressure. Jordan Case trying to make it happen. Who was that black car there? That's Dylan Hauser's number 2. Yeah, imagine that. Dylan Hauser making it exciting through the middle. I never would have thought it. 3-car battle about 3 wide from position number 4 as they hit turn 2.
Yeah, good race going on for the position number 4. As Evan Say in the number 33 machine's got a lot of guys right there breathing down his neck. Dylan Hauser, Jordan Casey, Kevin Dedman, and even J.D. Brown right there too, Phil. Any one of those guys could wrestle that 4th spot away, but it is Blake Majules just running away.
John Blake doing a great job out there on board the number 127. But I do want to give a shout out to how about all the J.D. Brown there, the number 14, doing a one heck of a job. A guy not getting nearly enough love here this season. SCP H&M Automotive, Dominator Designs and wraps on that number 14 car. J.D. Brown doing a really good job now up into the top. Oh, what is that? Running about 6th or 7th as my standings keep jumping around. J.D. running in the 6th spot, all chasing Blake Majules, who leads Dylan Wilson. I would thought Dylan at Knoxville, I thought he would be a guy to go up there and give Blake all he can handle, but Mr. Majules doing a great job. He's got almost a full second on the field as he exits turn 2.
Got to give a big shout out to Scott McCann out there sharing the Full Velocity Racing Network link to Williams Grove, Pennsylvania here. He says about 800 of us watching here tonight, so it's rather interesting. Thank you so much for sharing out there, Williams Grove, Pennsylvania. I know he was in our stream last night and had a couple thousand there viewing live on the screen, so thank you, Scott, for sharing us.
Scott, thank you so much. Very humbled and gracious in doing so. It's because of all you guys that makes this whole sim race broadcast thing great. We can't do it without you guys. We love you all with that. Thank you so much for the support of what you do for us, everybody out there. So Scott McGann, appreciate that. Williams Grove, Pennsylvania. Hope you're having a great night. Not only Williams Grove tonight here at the Knoxville Raceway. Also a very legendary racetrack. You know, the Grove is too, but the Knoxville car, you know, this place has seen a lot of love over the years as well, and we have a great one in hand as we approach, so about 1/3 of the way home now. 17 laps under green flag on the board. 60 laps to feature Majulis, Wilson, Tucker, Evans Say, Dylan Hauser, our current top 5. Kind of tamer back here than I thought it would be. We find the likes of Jordan Casey and Kevin Dedman, Davin Cardwell, J.D. Brown, Barrett Bishop up into the top 10. And you got guys like Virgil Graham, Kyle Surratt, Blake Brown, Braden Wallace, Blake Kidd, and he has had to come from the back on. That 44 car has raged his way all the way back into the top 15.
Yeah, he's rather quick there. And the 44 machine now trying to maintain his top 5 in points. Been watching a couple different battles going out there between Evan Say and the 2 machine of Dylan Hauser. Also the 42 of Jordan Casey right there. A lot of good battling going on there, Phil. Just nobody able to get the extra inch or the extra mile there, as the grip seems to have gone away there on the bottom side of the Speedway.
Really has. They are all up top, and I'm trying to, you know, nobody's got the grip down low. Is, you know, we're 20 laps in now, Todd. 40 laps to go, it says on race control. All the grips down low is gone. Is that going to bring the slaughter line back into play here around halfway? What is going to need to happen here for this racetrack to progress to maybe bring the low side maybe back in? Is it going to take these cars just destroying the top plate?
Oh, Hauser gets it. Oh, wow. Hauser just took over the 4th spot there. I thought he got into Evan Say, but he did not. Evan got into the wall a little bit hard over there in the corner. Dylan Hauser now up to the 4th spot there, Phil. As we were watching a great battle unfold there. Had to make sure I reported that. Here comes the 42 of Jordan Casey now, leading into the corner there. Trying to get around the 33 of Evan Say, too. But he can't do it this time by, but man, Jordan Casey fast, too, here as the laps keep winding down.
Ever just swivel in your seat and lean these cars to the corner when they get on through? That's exactly what I did right there. You said leaning on it, and sure did. I bent over the seat like I was on an old four-wheeler out there doing one heck of a time. But yeah, Jordan Casey, Evan Say up there having a good race. Dylan Hauser up ahead is pretty tame so far. The balance of the top 10 ton. That's kind of why I was kind of mid-pack, watching guys like Braden Wallace, Austin Carr trying to battle his way back to the field, and guys like Tristan Carmen back there in the top 20. You got Jeremy Capron back there. Rob Fletcher, just to give the guys running in the back part of the top 15, top 20 some love, but they are all chasing Blake Majules as we approach halfway, and him and Dylan Wilson have checked away from the field. You got Kendall Tucker back there in 3rd, and then it's a big gap, almost 3.5 seconds back till you find Dylan Hauser and Evan Say and Jordan Casey.
Oh, contact!
Contact!
Oh, Jordan Casey saves it. It was completely 90 degrees pointing down towards the infield there, Phil, as the 33 of Evan Say was all the way down, I should say, pointing to the infield as Casey got into the back there of Evan Say, but he was able to hold on to it. I can't believe it there in that number 33 machine.
I just got back to watch it real quick. That was a heck of a save. Holy crap. I tell you what, you make a little bit of a push, you get to the side of one of these cars, you just appreciate how fast they're really going. I mean, yeah, it doesn't sound like we're doing a whole lot, you know, 90 miles per hour, 100 and maybe 10 to the end of the straightaways, 120, would you? I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but you kick these cars out sideways. That was a hell of a save by Evan right there.
Yeah, definitely a whale of a save there for Evan, as Evan, like I said, 90 degrees pointing down towards the infield and able to bring him back around. And, you know, Jordan Casey let out of the throttle to let him gather it back up. Kudos to Jordan Casey, too. The D1RT 42 machine letting him back out of it. No yellow flag going to come out, though. So that's fantastic here, as there is still a green flag racing here with the 127 machine of Blake Majules, your race leader. Dylan Wilson starting to catch him, though, Phil, in the D1RT number 80 machine, as he's about a car length, half a car length right there behind him, starting to knock on the door.
He really is, and he is just all over the back now of Blake Majulis off turn number 4. Dylan Wilson is there. The number 80 car has chased down the race leader, so potentially a race for the lead that is starting to brew. I've got a little race going on back here, Todd. I'm watching the legs of around Evan Say's number 33. You got Davin Cardwell, 7 car. He is making some things happen. We got a good. Who else is back here? You got J.D. Brown here, Kevin Dedman in the 0. Jordan Casey's back here. That's a good old scrum for about 5th on back. 4 cars under a blanket down at turn 1.
Yeah, just tuning into that little fray over there, Phil. Watching the 33 and the 07 machine. Yep, definitely a good pinpoint out there is Kevin Dedman way down to the bottom there in the Flying 0 machine. He's starting to work over the number 33 of Evan Say, so we'll see if Say's going to be able to hold on to it, but Kevin Dedman has found something on the bottom. Here comes Davin Cardwell, too. The 07 3 wide.
Yeah, Davin found something through the middle right there, and I thought he was gonna make it work, and for a second it almost looked like he was gonna, but wow, terrific move there off the corner, and Evan Say now, the guy, top lane was a place to be early. Right now, he looks like the 33 is a guy all by his lonesome. He may lose another spot. Who's that sneaking a peek down there? That's Davin Cardwell. Also, J.D. Brown back there. Evan saying the top lane of the 33. That used to be the quick way around. Not quite so sure about that now.
Yeah, I think that's kind of gone away. Is Davin Cardwell also digging it up on the top shelf of the Speedway too, and it does not seem he's going nowhere too. Board number 7 machine. These guys trying to find something else, but down to the bottom there, towards 5th on back. That's where everybody's starting to go down to, Phil. It's just it looks like it's getting really slippery up top, and you have to really use that wall, walking on eggshells, as you would call it there, for some of these drivers.
Eggshells. Light bulb shards, I've done that today. Not a good idea to do either. Don't want to step on those things. Those things hurt. But yeah, you don't want to hit nothing either. Hitting things out here at one of these speedways, it does really hurt, as well as Evan says his hands full. Cardwell's up high. J.D. Brown in the equation. I've been stuck in those race, Todd. I know up front, that's kind of usually where a lot of companies like to kind of sit and call, but not us. Blake Majules leads. Dylan Wilson about a second on back. You got Kendall Tucker comfortably third. Good race going on this one back here. We went race for 4th beginning to shape up. You got Dylan Hauser there, Jordan Casey, and the Flying Zero. Where did Kevin Dedman come from? Kevin had a hell of a run out there, running the 7th spot there off the 2.
Yeah, Kevin Dedman looking to rebound from last week in the Flying Zero machine. That had rough luck last week there, Phil. So looking to get himself rebounded here right now. Salvi in I'm going to say the 6th position there in the Flying Zero machine, but the 42 of Jordan Casey, I've been watching him, that's why I say wow. He's been all over the rear bumper of the 2 of Dylan Hauser. I don't know how those guys aren't making contact here as they coming up here into turn number 3, trying to work over the bottom side. Jordan Casey, the D1RT number 42, letting her eat down to the bottom, catfishing it there in the number 42. Up on the top shelf of the Speedways, Dylan Hauser still side by side as they come off into turn 1.
Yeah, and I'm watching Dylan. He has got something in the high lane rolling as he got that momentum around Jordan Casey there. Jordan had a, thought he was trying to run something to the slider line, and now as you see, they're getting a 3 and 4. We can see the racetrack right now going through a little bit of a phase change, if you will. 3 and 4, a lot of guys really running up high. 1 and 2 right now is a place you can really run it into the middle and let it kind of drift up high, pull it right back down to the middle. So, 2 completely different corners on both sides of the racetrack right now. They're being approached completely different.
Yeah, definitely being a little bit different. Different things going on as we're watching. Again, those guys battle it out. As Blake Majules in the number 127 machine, leading down into turn and number 3. Just keeps on pulling away. About the distance, about staying the same there between himself and Dylan Wilson. And then number 80 machine, and Kendall Tucker, quite the distance back too. 1.716 back of Dylan Wilson, so Tucker in 3rd. Then you go back to, again, Dylan Hauser, who's starting to separate himself between Jordan Casey there. As Jordan Casey's starting to slow up just a tad bit, as Dedman starting to reel him in.
Dedman is starting to reel him in as we had a good race back here. We have 3-car race we're following with Evan C. and J.D. Brown, Davin Cardwell. They keep this kind of throwing haymakers back here. 1 lap, one guy's in the middle. Next lap, he's in the high lane. Next lap, they come by. They're in the low side. That's a good 3-car race going on, and give you the exact position count of where they kind of sit. That is racing for positions number 7, 8, and 9. Say, Cardwell, and Brown, by far and away the best racing on the racetrack. It's in turn number 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's it. Turns 3 and 4, just watching, as you said, Evan Say and Davin Cardwell. We're going to make our way down back there. As those guys, man, Evan Say way up on the top shelf of the Speedway. J.D. Brown right there too, Phil. Don't count him out either in that number 14 machine, as he's been having a fantastic run. Barrett Bishop right there. He's running 9th there. Consistency is the key for that number 926 machine here so far all season long. But Evan Say in the number 33 machine holding on to the top shelf of the Speedway. Davin Cardwell down to the bottom. The Monsters of Dirt number 7 machine working over the bottom.
Doing a really good job, and I'm a little bit further back here in the field, Todd, watching a good race between the number 42 of Virgil Graham. Him and Austin Carr having one heck of a race. Cliff Driscoll there, Braden Wallace. Those guys have been kind of mixing up. That's racing back here for about 13th, just trying to give you a little bit of a trip around this Knoxville Raceway as we're approaching 14 or 15 laps remaining, 45 going on the board this time. It's been all quiet. Blake Majules is, we've been talking a lot about him. It's because up there, I want to say stinking up the show, but Him and Dylan Wilson, Kendall Tucker, the top three. Davis checked out and hid. We've been searching for racing, and we found plenty of it from fourth all the way on back to about 20th.
Yeah, his lap traffic, like you said, not too, and it hasn't been too far away, as it looks like Blake Majul is starting to get into lap traffic here, Phil. It's going to be the key of trying to navigate through that, as Blake Majul's right there, too, able to get around someone. But he's got some guys right directly in front of him. Austin Matthews in the 033 machine, Tristan Carmen, Blake Brown. Those guys are no slouches on any given night. Right to the tail end here as Blake Majul's trying to put them laps down. Jeremy Capron even won a lap down, Phil.
I did see a 23 car go one lap down as I was kind of clicking around the raceway and trying to figure out who was where, and whatever this little, the C and the G light over here in my frame, whatever, didn't like that, and the cars kind of went haywire for a minute. So let's go back to where they were stable and pick up what is going on. Is Mr. Brownlee puts 48 laps on the board this time around and just trying to find where they're all at. Majulis leads Dylan Wilson by 1.2 seconds, 2.8 back to Kendall Tucker. How about the points leader, Dylan Hauser, the 2-car running back there in fourth. If you want to leave the Knoxville Raceway, Todd, with the points lead, why not go out there and get a very solid, maybe quiet top 5 aboard car number 2?
Yeah, Dylan Hauser's been, I don't call Dylan Hauser very quiet there, Phil. No,
not usually.
The number 2 machine, he's kind of turned over a new leaf, but Dylan Hauser definitely not quiet, but fourth place running a solid top 5 would continue on with his points. We were talking earlier in the season, Blake Brown, it's about finishing consistent here in some of these series, and that's what Dylan Hauser attempting to do. Is Jordan Casey running in that 5th spot. 6th right now is Kevin Dedman, Evan Say. Barrett Bishop up to 8th there in the 926 machine. He's been working over the bottom too, Phil. So Barrett Bishop, consistency for him. He's been inside the top 10 all year long.
Just gets better and better and better every week in that 926 around the legs of Davin Cardwell. And also you look up behind him, there's an ominous black number 44 that's making his way up to the top 10. Blake Cannon has had to come from the back, overcome some adversity. He's raced around J.D. Brown. He's got Kyle Surratt back there. Cardwell and J.D. up ahead. That's a good race, Todd. Go back on that one for about 9th on back. That's a pretty, you talking about Barrett? That's a good little walk going on right behind him.
Yeah, definitely a good race going on there for the 44 machine of
Blake Cannon.
Yeah, no, Blake Cannon. I was watching J.D. Brown because I thought something was going to happen weird there, Phil. So I was kind of gearing myself up because it looked like he was loose there in the number 14 machine. But the 44 of Blake Cannon all over the rear bumper of J.D. Brown. He's trying to make some headway there. Up in front of him, though, Barrett Bishop's got Evan Say. He's working over the bottom there. That's a battle for the 7th spot.
Yeah, Evan Say doing a great job. The 33 trying to fight back here in the late going. Him and Kevin Dedman, Barrett Bishop, they're racing on for position 7, 8, 9 on back. You look up ahead, you got Jordan Casey up there riding in the 5th spot. But Todd, we're getting down on laps. Next time by, the 127 is that fistful of knuckles down. 5 laps remaining here in Knoxville.
5 laps remaining here, and we haven't been slowed by very many yellows. Knock on wood here.
Not at all.
We're going to make sure that this keeps going. This has been a fantastic race. This is the races that we like to see here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Yes, it's spread out, but man, you can see the battling. You can talk about everybody out there on the track, give everybody a little bit of limelight, because Blake Majulis is checked out, drove off into the sunset, whatever you want to call it right now, Phil. He is gone.
Yeah, he is gone. He is checked out and hit. He is driven away from Dylan Wilson. We're watching Kendall Tucker go through the lap traffic as he works his way around the legs of Jeremy Capron. I believe Austin Matthews next up ahead, but we're running down on laps. 3 laps remaining for the 127. Ride heights not an issue here today, or are they? I'm watching when these cars are getting through 1 and 2. Those right rears are all jacked up there. How do they get those cars up there as high as they are? Almost look like they're about like a jet plane about to take off.
Yeah, fantastic, because we're going to see the popsicle sticks in the air, I believe, Phil, this time by 2 to go for Blake Majulis in that 127.
2 more trips around. It's legendary half mile in Knoxville, Iowa for the driver of car number 127. Blake Majulis leading the field off of turn number 2. In the back straight with turn number 3 and 4. Todd, he has the white flag in the air. 1 more trip around, trying to take this one coast to coast in 60 green flag laps. Blake Majulis is 1/2 lap away.
And Dylan Wilson right there running in the 2nd spot, but down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Dominating fashion, his own area code here tonight. Driving the 127, Blake Majulis is going to take down the win here at the Knoxville Raceway on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
2 more trips around, trying to take this one coast to coast in 60 green flag laps. Blake Majulis is 1/2 lap away. And Dylan Wilson right there running in the 2nd spot, but down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Dominating fashion, his own area code here tonight. Driving the 127, Blake Majulis is going to take down the win here at the Knoxville Raceway on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Blake Majola taking down the win. Dylan Wilson will finish up second. Kendall Tucker grabbing third. Fourth goes to the points leader, Dylan Hauser. Jordan Casey, another solid run there with a top 5. Kevin Dedman will finish up 6th. Evan Say for 7th. Barrett Bishop 8th. J.D. Brown will get 9th. And Blake Cannon fights back, gets a top 10 run. 11th goes to Davin Cardwell. 12th to Kyle Surratt. Austin Carr will finish up 13th. Virgil Graham 14th. Clifford Driscoll rounding out the top 15 with Blake Brown's number 74. He comes home 16th. He's 1 lap down, as is Jeremy Caprins, number 23. Tristan Carmen, the number 4. Austin Matthews, the number 33. And rounding out the top 20 will be the 6 car of Braden Wallace. 21st goes to Rob Fletcher. 22nd, Chad Swartz. 23rd out of the event include Brent Pryor and also Mason Crawford, the first one out of the event. So 24 cars slowed by the minimal of yellows. What was that? 2 yellow flags. It took only 71 laps to go 60 green flag circuits. And Blake Majulis, Todd, he's the big winner tonight here in Knoxville.
Yeah, definitely the big winner here. Swindell Speed Labs number 127 taking down the victory here in fantastic fashion, dominating performance here for the 127 here at the Knoxville Raceway. We'll see if he's going to be able to capitalize maybe on that next week there, Phil. That's going to be a great points night for him. I believe coming into this event, he was outside the top 10. We'll see what happens here for the number 127 and where that's going to propel him to with a great race. Same way with Kendall Tucker and the double knot, and Dylan Wilson, who finished second, had another good race. It's not strong enough there to keep up with that 127 here tonight, but Dylan Wilson, kudos to him. Second, he was pulling away from Kendall Tucker. I mean, a stout field here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I cannot believe how stout this field was and how quick this race ran off, and it was fantastic fashion here.
It really was a great job. We'll let Todd run down toward BladeNo.com victory lane. He will catch up with tonight's race. The winner, Blake Majulis, will take a walk down here trackside and see if we can't talk to our second and third place hitters. See Dylan Wilson rolling on by, and with this bright blue powder car down here. Let's run down here and talk to a driver of a number 00. A third place run tonight for our buddy Kendall Tucker. Kendall, terrific run. Call be really good. A lot of green flag laps, man. How much did this racetrack kind of change over the course of 60 green flag laps? It only took 71. Minimal yellow flags out here tonight. Tell us about how you're feeling after that one.
I'm honestly pretty wore out. That was definitely a pretty tough race right there. I was definitely falling off the wheel a little bit, and I've got bronchitis right now, so I was really just straggling there at the end, just trying to hang on to third right there, and it was mainly just slaughter line the entire race, and it was just really getting hard to hit the closer it got to the fence for me. But just right right there in third the entire race was just didn't make up any ground on the front two, and I was pulling away from fourth and fifth, pretty strong throughout the race. So I don't know what the deal was there, but gave it all we had right there. Just come up short.
Hey, sometimes you get a good race car, that's all you can do, but a lot of green flag laps. How is a race like this? I know a lot of you guys got veterans. You have one of these, short 30, 40 lap feature events. So got the extra distance one with the Gobbler coming up later on this week. But how do you guys get seasoned and prep for, having like these 50, 60 lap green flag runs you have? Because it only took 71 laps. There wasn't a whole lot of downtime. How do you mentally prepare for just the grind of going out there racing as fast as you can around some of the very best that you go wheel to wheel with?
I definitely don't think any of us were prepared for 45 or 50 green flag laps right there, however many we ran. I definitely wasn't, for sure, but just hate the track was like it was. The bottom just never really came around to my liking. Wilson, he was able to roll it pretty good, and I wasn't able to get it down there like I wanted, and really stuck to the slider line. The entire race was just messing with my entrances, just trying to figure out where the grip was. Just didn't really find it tonight, but third place, not too bad.
No, not too bad at all. I would take it in this group any day of the week. Kendall, terrific job here in Knoxville tonight. I know there's a whole lot of people that support you here in sim racing to make this car night after night, week after week as fast as it is, bud. Let me give you the microphone one more time here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Anybody out there watching, my friend, you want to thank, the floor is yours. Take it away and give those great folks all the shout out.
Yeah, I just gotta thank Kevin and all the guys over at Swindell Speed Live, and just gotta thank all of our sponsors and partners, Wiser Organics and Bell Helmet, South Bay Partners, and I gotta thank Jeff Brown with iRacing iFlag and Jim Emery with Supermoon Graphics, and gotta thank all the guys over at PLR, and just thanks to all my family and friends back home for watching. My mom, my dad, Luke, my grandparents, and I think Parker and Haley are watching. So I don't know how much we was on the broadcast tonight. Probably wasn't, running in third by myself all night. But just we'll get back at it again next week and see if we can get on the podium and see if we can get victory lane again.
That's right. Well, you guys got pretty equally out there tonight, Kendall. So terrific job. The driver of the 00, Kendall Tucker, brings it home third tonight here in Knoxville. Let him go down here and debrief a little more with the Swindell Speed Lab team and figure out why in the heck we couldn't run down the likes of Blake and Dylan tonight as we run down here. And guy was so fast here for a second, I thought I lost him. But hey, there he is. We got car number 80, Dylan Wilson. Dylan, been a while since we got the caught up in there, man. A second place run here tonight. A lot of green flag laps. How did your race car respond over this long green flag run to the end?
It was good when I was tucked under Blake there, but after I got damaged, it just fell off, and that was it. I couldn't really do anything. I mean, Blake was hitting his marks pretty well, so it's not like he was going to make a mistake. I was just trying to force him into a mistake and ride behind him because I wasn't able just to drive by him. It would have taken a different line to come in or something. So once I got damaged, like I said, that was it. I ended up pushing myself into a mistake by trying to push him. So it's all part of it. We were kind of on a run groove track there, and the only thing you can really do is just stay as close to the car in front of you and hope they make one mistake so you can get by. But he didn't, and I did, so that was the difference.
I tell you what, I know Todd and I were talking about it, how kind of, it was really weirded out, by the way. The track really stayed one lane. Knoxville's a place usually get about good 2 or 3 good lanes out there. Usually slider line comes in where you guys just taken back and kind of all by it all because we really thought we would see more of the racetrack coming in with more grooves. You said it stayed one lane. That's peculiar for Knoxville.
Yeah, I mean, maybe in the back where guys tend to make a little more mistakes, yeah, you could probably get by him. But up front with Blake hitting his marks like that, we were pretty much stuck to that line. So a few times I tried to dip under him and I would lose a couple car lengths. So I knew it was slider line or nothing. And like I said, live and die by the slider line, and that was it.
But you did a hell of a job out there tonight. Blake was in another world. His car was hooked up all night. But Dylan, yours was too. A second place run here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. Let me give you the microphone here one more time on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Anybody out there you want to say hello to or thank or supporters, take it away, buddy. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, thank you to D1RT Racing and all the guys over there. Shad Prescott asked for a shout out. I'm not sure why, but the pizza rolls are on me, Shad. So thanks all those guys over there, and thanks Full Velocity Racing for broadcasting. Everybody that tuned in to watch. Sorry we couldn't get a little better track there for racing in the front. And thanks to VLR for putting this deal on. I think that's everybody.
All right, well, great job. If there's pizza rolls going on down here, I'm going to hang out down here with these guys a little while. Dylan and Chad's got pizza rolls, man. I'm in, so I'll let these guys debrief, and I will take this thing and throw it down to Blade Known Victory Lane. I'll take the pizza rolls. You got the cake. It's Todd Stanton at Victory Lane with Blake Majulis, who just kind of dusted the field here, Todd. He led all 60 laps, flag to flag. One of the very best is at Victory Lane here tonight.
To an extent, no. But I was expecting some good runs, knowing it was 60 laps. But no, I wasn't expecting a 50-lap run, that's for sure. But I get pretty good when it tends to get slick around here. So Wilson, I'll give it to him, and I had a great race with him. I love racing with him. He raced me clean, so I thank him. It was a good time. It was fun. But the track came to me at the end there, and just found that little moisture patch off too instead of running the full slider line, and was able to capitalize on that. So. Yeah, I've had some tough breaks recently, but yeah, I know I've been leading a lot of them, but yeah. Yeah, it was a good race put on. Everybody did a good job. I thank all the lap cars, especially for giving me room. And it was fun to race around. It was endurance race, that's for sure. It was a tough race. Yeah, well, thank you guys for broadcasting. You guys do a great job every week, so I thank you personally. Swindell Speed Lab, all my teammates over there for all they do for me. iRacing iFlag, Jeff Brown for everything he does for me as well. He's the man. Bell Helmets, Wiser Organics, Design 75, Jeremy Ray for having me look clean out there. And Tia for watching. I thank her very much for helping me out tonight. And that'll do it. So.
All right, man. Well, that was a great job by Blake tonight. Great job by you down there in BlakeNote.com, Victor Lane. Hoping the whole interview went over the airwaves here. No, not you. We heard Blake, didn't hear you, and that's what Steven has said. I hear Blake, but I don't hear Todd. So
hey, nobody wants to hear me anyway. Who wants to hear me? Really?
Yeah, I know. They want to mute me half the time, too. But, hey, you got the you did a great job. I heard the interview. I heard every word you said. Well, unfortunately, everybody else did, but at least we got Blake Majulis out there.
Like I said,
terrific job. Stupid mute button, but hey, you know what? You were excited as he was. The first time he's ever won a Team VLR. Yep. I can't believe, of all the races that we've seen Blake Majulis win, of all the laps and big-time races he has won, the very first time he gets one over here at Team VLR. So that is just absolutely awesome. One of the best right there. One of the most classiest dudes, Blake Majulis, taking down the win. An awesome race at Knoxville, and it stayed one lane mostly. No, kind of, I'll take it back at it. As Steven just said, we don't know what iRacing's ever going to throw us. But I got to say, Todd, it only took 71 laps to go 60 green flag ones. One of the best runs here tonight. This was an awesome, awesome race. I love when they're stretched out like this.
It was definitely a fantastic race, Phil, and hopefully the microphone's on here. I think everybody can hear me now. I see the bars moving now, so definitely apologize for that
stuff.
one. But, man, it was a fantastic race. Got to thank our sponsors here that get us in here week in and week out, especially for the VLR sponsors, I should say. Race onTexas. Then you have South Texas Speedway, Ken Skins, One Shot Scrap and Recycling, Justin Sick iRacing Photos, Tac 3 Defense, West Side Signs, they may know, feature winner got $40 here tonight, J&P Home Inspections, and 3D Racing. Those guys make things happen here for the VLR 3D Racing Monster Bash series here. Everything that's going on here at the Full Velocity Racing Network, Phil. I mean, what a fantastic show. I just can't say enough here, and I love coming out here on Monday nights. Just don't forget, guys, the Gobbler. Sign up for the Gobbler. If you have not signed up for the Gobbler, it is live broadcasted by the Full Velocity Racing Network on Thursday night. Open setups. Yes, that scares some people, but Rocky Battlefield will be giving out setups to anybody that needs some setups, or even contact somebody else that may need some setups. They might point you in the right direction. So don't be scared. Get involved. I mean, back the blue, iRacing iFlag Gobbler. I mean, who doesn't want to be in one of the biggest shows of the year?
I'm glad I get the lead share on it. It's going to be a lot of fun to be here Thursday night. It's going to be a lot of fun the rest of the week here on the Full Velocity Race Network. As we go back tomorrow night, Todd, I know we it's kind of cringe to say NR 2003, but yes, we do. We still go there. And tomorrow night, one of the best leagues out there, Hobo Racing League, has championship tomorrow night. Final four at the Homestead Miami Speedway comes on the airwaves at 9 p.m. Wednesday night, we're back on the air with DWRL. Wednesday night, Street Fights and the Street Stocks, and then the big one here Thursday night, the Gobbler 100. Thank you all, everybody out there, so much today for watching and sharing. Thank you all the great sponsors over here at Team VLR, the 3D Racing. Thank you to our great sponsors here at the network. Hannaford Record Service, iRacingIFlag.com, Voiles Trucking, CCM Custom Designs and Engraving, BladeNote.com, the South Texas Speedway, Milner Media Production Designs, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, and JP Designs. For Todd Stanton, for Jack Truin, Ron Piles, Blake McCandless, Brett Rolls. So many great people over here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Phil and the cast here are going to sign off for the night. But we'll see you back here live next Monday night at TVLR 3D Racing, or back here Thursday for the Gobbler. Come join me tomorrow night in RR 2003. We'll hope to see you there on your source for esports racing. Good night, everybody.
Good night.